Yes, people, Arsenal with Ash here to preview Arsenal versus Bayern Munich, Tuesday the 9th of April, 8 o'clock. I have been waiting for this game since the draw was made. Oh my days, what a massive game. Quarterfinals of the Champions League. We're back where we belong. I cannot wait for this one. Cannot wait, especially with this team, yeah. Bayern Munich, we've got a score to settle with them. The last time we were in the Champions League, I think it was 2 or 3 times we got them in the knockout stages, and they absolutely battered us. The last time being a 10-2 win on aggregate for them. It was just horrible, and I actually remember those games as well. 5-1 in both games. It was just embarrassing. But it is a different Arsenal team. It's also a different Bayern team, and I can't wait for this one. There's so many different factors in this game, in this tie. Obviously, we're at home first. Not the best way to go about it, but I think with the away goals rule, now abolished, it doesn't make it as bad. So I think going into Tuesday, we've just got to go with the mentality of blitzing them in the first half, even, and seeing how many goals we can get. I'm that confident that we can go out there and kill them in that first leg to the point. The second leg is not a dead rubber, but where we've just got to go and do a professional job, similar to the City game, in fact, and just go and get through to the next round. But I cannot wait for this game. Bayern Munich, poor form at the moment. They've lost their last 2 league games. They lost their game on the weekend I think it's to a newly promoted team. They were 2-0 up and ended up losing the game 3-2. That means that Bayer Leverkusen just need to win one more game and they've won the title. And that is crazy when you think about it. Bayern Munich dominate that league every single season. I think they've won something like 10 in a row. Bayer Leverkusen have never won the league, and they're about to win it without losing a game. Crazy. Bayern Munich as well. They've lost 6 games. I think there's a crazy stat. They ain't lost over 5 games in a league season for years. Harry Kane's been on absolute fire for them. Scored something like 42 goals in 42 games, but it means absolutely nothing. They're not even in their cup. Then they're out of the title race, and now Champions League, we need to put that final nail in the coffin. It might sound bad, man, but to do that to Harry Kane would be so sweet. Imagine you've not won a trophy your whole career at Tottenham. You finally made the step up, gone to a team that wins the league every single year, and you don't win it. You don't win the league, and then you don't even win the cup. Obviously, they're in the Champions League still, and that's probably what they would want even like the most. But to put that nail in the coffin would be so beautiful, man. There's a lot of turmoil at that club. There's doubts over players' futures, the likes of Musiala, Kimmich. Obviously, the manager's going to be leaving, Tuchel. They don't know who they're bringing in. Xabi Alonso's committed himself to Leverkusen for the season. So there's so much turmoil there. But we cannot be complacent. They've still got some top players in their team. Manuel Neuer, I think he's a doubt for the game, but obviously he's a world-class keeper. Kimmich, great player. Alphonso Davies, who's linked with Real Madrid, great player. They've also got the likes of Sane, they've got Gnabry, they've got Musiala, like I mentioned, Coman, obviously Harry Kane. So they've still got some top players who on their day can trouble us, can trouble anyone in the world. So yeah, we've got to be on our game, but I have no doubt that we will be. Going into the game, obviously we're in amazing form. 10 wins from our last 11 games in the league. Obviously in the Champions League, in the last tie against Porto, it was a really tough game. That was a different type of challenge with the way they play. It was a very tight game. I think Bayern will come at us more. I don't think they really have it in them to just sit back and play that type of game. So I think this game will definitely suit us more. But yeah, I literally just cannot wait. Hopefully on the injury front, I know Saka came off after 60 minutes yesterday, but I think Arteta said he'll be fine. Hopefully Martinelli will also be fine to start the game. And then yeah, it's just Timber. It's the only one we're waiting for, and he's back in full training, I think. So yeah, massive game. I don't know why they've put Madrid and City on the same day, Cole. I'd love to see that. Obviously, the winner of that plays the winner of our tie, so it would have been amazing to see that game. But yeah, we've got to do our business. The first leg is going to be so important. Another massive factor, Bayern fans are not going to be at the game. at the Emirates. They're not allowed. They're banned for a game, I believe, after some issues in their last tie against Lazio. So yeah, that would be massive as well. Imagine the Emirates full of Arsenal just absolutely drowning the whole. It'd just be crazy, absolutely crazy. We just got to make it a cordial, and I've no doubt the atmosphere is going to be electric. I cannot wait to get there, and yeah, hopefully we can do the business. So going into the predicted 11, obviously David Raya, I think it goes without saying, unless he picks up an injury, he's going to be playing for the rest of the season. The defence, I think the right back and the centre backs, they speak for themselves. So it's going to be Ben White, it's going to be Saliba, it's going to be Gabriel. Then at left back is where we've got a conundrum. Kiwior hasn't played the last couple of games. Tomiyasu's come off the bench the last couple of games for Zinchenko. Zinchenko's obviously started the last couple of games, but I can't see Zinchenko starting this one. No chance. With the individual quality that Bayern have, to put him in there, he would be the weak link, and I can see him being targeted defensively. So I reckon Tomiyasu gets a start for this game. He's obviously he's probably our best one-on-one defender that we've got in the squad. I think it just makes sense to start him. He should be so physically strong. He's really good in the duels, and he can play a bit as well. So yeah, I'd go Tomiyasu, and I think Arteta might do that, if not Kiwior, but I definitely don't think it'll be Zinchenko. And then in the 6 is interesting. Do you go Partey? Do you go Jorginho, who played well in the last game, who has been playing in all of our big games? Or do you put Declan Rice back there and go with a more attacking 8? I don't think Arteta will do that. I do think he'll play Declan Rice in the 8 and then either Jorginho or Partey. I think he might go Partey because obviously we saw Partey against Luton put in a really good performance. Got a rest on the weekend against Brighton, and we need to manage his minutes. So I think it would make sense that, because obviously he hasn't played against Brighton, that he starts this game. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him, Declan Rice, and then Odegaard, who walks into the team. And then the front 3, I would go Martinelli, Havertz, and Saka if Martinelli's fit enough, but wouldn't be surprised to see Jesus start as well. He's obviously got an amazing record in the Champions League, not just for us, but throughout his career. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that, but I do think having Martinelli just flying down that wing, Saka on the other side, Havertz doing his business, I think that would be the best front 3. So hopefully we see that team, and I'm gonna go convincing, unless we give a penalty away and Harry Kane scores, which is probably inevitable. I don't see them hurting our defence. So I would go with I'm going for a convincing 3-0 win. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for Havertz to get a goal. I'm going for Odegaard, and I'm going to go for Saka. That's my 3 goal scorers there. And yeah, hopefully I'm right, man. I can't wait for this game. Like I said, the atmosphere is going to be electric, and hopefully we can do the business, and we look forward to the next game. Come on, you Gunners.